Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the QuickFire Quiz. For those of you that didn't take part yesterday, my name's Mr. Chapman, and I'm a primary school teacher, and I also really enjoy running quizzes, and that's why I got the nickname the Quiz Wizard. So every day at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be giving you a quickfire quiz, 10 questions, and it should take about just 10 minutes of your time. Some of the questions I ask you are going to be to do with things that you've done at school. And other things that I ask are they're just for fun. So just like yesterday, to take part in the quiz, you're going to need something to write with. So that could be a pen and a piece of paper, or if you want to write your answers down on an iPad, that's fine. Or if you just want to call the answers out, that's brilliant too. I hope there's some more of you today and that you told your friends about the Quiz Wizard and our 10 o'clock quiz. So let's see what we've got in store today. Question 1 is a grammar question, and it's about adverbs. What is the adverb in the following sentence? Who broke the toy? Asked Mum innocently. Who broke the toy? Asked Mum innocently. So I'm just looking for the one adverb in that sentence. Question 2 is a maths question. So we've got some decimals here. 2.0, 2.2, 0.2, 0.12 and 0.22. Order these numbers from smallest to largest. Order these decimal numbers from smallest to largest. There's different methods that you can use, and I'll go through one with you later. But perhaps just try and put them into a column. Mr. Chapman's trying to catch you out by using lots of 2s in different place value positions. Think you've got it? If you have, well done. If not, I'll go through it later. Question 3, a brilliant film. Got lots of time to watch this film if you wanted to. The Jungle Book. But in the Jungle Book, what is the name of the snake with the mysterious, hypnotic eyes? What's his name? Question 4, designing technology. We're looking at circuits here. So you probably know that lots of things within circuits, the components of circuits have their own symbol. But what does this symbol represent in an electrical circuit? What does this symbol here represent in an electrical circuit? If you know that one, that's fantastic. Question 5, geography. What is caused by too much rain falling at once? What is caused by too much rain falling at once? I told you the quiz would be quick and snappy. This is halfway through already. So well done. Question 6, kapow! Which pair of superheroes were known as the dynamic duo? Which pair of superheroes were known as the dynamic duo? There used to be signs like this coming up. Kapow! Wallop! Bang! If you know that one, that's really good. Question 7, history. During World War II, during the air raids, where were evacuees sent? So it was usually children, but during World War II, where were those evacuees sent to make sure that they were safe? Question 8 is grammar again. We're going to be looking at commas. Where should commas go in the following sentence? I bought a new pencil, rubber, ruler and glue stick. I bought a new pencil, rubber, ruler and glue stick. Where should the comma or commas go in that sentence? How many commas do you think you need? I will go through this later on. If you know it, spot on, well done. Question 9 is a music question. So this song, a recent song, Blinding Lights, who sings it? Who sings the song Blinding Lights? It's not a song that I've listened to very often. And the last question in our quiz today, question 10, what is an invertebrate? What is an invertebrate? So there's a picture here of an example of an invertebrate, but what are they? How would you describe it? How would you define what an invertebrate is? And that's the end of the quiz. So, well done, everybody. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Well done. So, I will go through the answers because I bet that's what you're interested in now. But before I do that, I'm just going to do a little bit of work on synonyms. So, a synonym is a word that you can use instead of another word. So, it can really improve your writing and shows that you've got a good knowledge of vocabulary. We don't always want to use the word, for example, happy. We could say ecstatic. We don't want to always use the word sad. We could say devastated. It just improves our writing. So they're alternative words. So today, I'm just going to give you 30 seconds to come up with as many synonyms as you can. You can shout them out. You can write them down for the word cry. So you've got 30 seconds. Starting from now. That's 10 seconds gone. Ten seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop. Okay, let's see if you got any that are on my list. You might have some more as well. There's lots. So you could be howling, lamenting, sorrowing or sorrowful. You could be teary. You could be wailing, wah, weeping, whimpering, keening, snivelling, yowling, shedding tears. You could have the blues. You could be mourning. You could be sobbing or bawling or blubbering or even howling. If you got any of these, that's fantastic. You might have some of your own. Okay, let's go through the answers for today. So adverbs. Who broke the toy? Asked Mum innocently. So adverbs describe the verb. They describe the action. And the adverb in this sentence describes how Mum asked about who broke the toy. So it's innocently. Now there's lots of different types of adverbs, which we can look at in future quizzes, but not all adverbs end in ly, but that tends to be a good way of spotting them. And remember, they describe how the verb is being done. So, question 2, I asked you to order these decimal numbers. Try and order them, first of all, using the ones, then the tenths, and then the thousandths. I always think adding zeros in as placeholders helps as well. As you can see here, if you start with the ones, you'll be able to see which number's smaller and larger. Now we've got 3 that have no ones and 2 that have 2 ones. So that helps us out a little bit. And then we need to look at the columns. So I look at the tenths. So all of our numbers with zeros, 0.12 only has 1/10, so that's smaller than 0.20 because that has 2/10. 0.20 is smaller than 0.22 because although they have the same number of tenths, 0.20 has less hundredths. .0 has more in the ones column than the zeros, and 2.00 has less in the tenths than 2.20. I realise I've just put a thousandths there. That should say hundredths. Thousandths would be the next column. Well done if you got that one. That's a tricky question. Question 3 in the Jungle Book. The name of the snake is Kaa. He sings the song Trust in Me, just in Me. Shut your eyes and trust in Me. Great character in the Jungle Book. Question 4, DT, circuits. This symbol is for a switch. And this switch, as you can see on the lever, is actually open. So when that switch is pushed down, it creates a full circuit and the current will be able to get round that circuit. So that's usually used if you wanted to add a light or a buzzer into your circuit. Question 5, too much rain falling causes flooding. Floods can cause rivers to burst their banks and causes lots of devastation. There's been lots of flooding in recent years, particularly in the north of England. You might have seen that on the news. Question 6, which pair of superheroes were known as the dynamic duo? That was Batman and Robin. Question 7, during World War II, where were evacuees sent? So mainly children, they were sent to the countryside. The enemy, during air raids, were unlikely to bomb villages and hamlets because there wouldn't be many things there that would disrupt the war effort. So they tried to bomb cities because they were heavily populated with people, and that's where all the factories were. So it could stop people producing things. If you want to read a really good book, or it's also part of a film now as well, Good Night, Mr. Tom is something you might read at the end of year 5, year 6. It's well worth looking into whilst you've got the time. It's a fantastic book and tells you a lot about the life of an evacuee child during World War II. Question 8, commas. Where should the commas go in this sentence? So commas are used to, well, one way commas are used is to split items in a list, but they don't go between the final 2 items. So if we look at our sentence here, how many items do we have? I bought a new pencil, 1, rubber, 2, ruler, 3, and glue stick, 4. 4 items. So we only need commas between I bought a new pencil, comma, rubber, comma, ruler, and then we don't have one between the final 2 items, so and glue stick. So you only needed 2 commas in there. Perhaps you could write your own sentence of things that you have in your cupboards or in your fridge and try and use commas to split them. Question 9, who sings the song Blinding Lights? The answer is The Weeknd. I haven't spelt it incorrectly. It doesn't have an E in end. So that's how he writes his name. So The Weeknd. I've now listened to the song. It's not bad. And question 10, what is an invertebrate? An invertebrate is an animal without a spine. An animal with a spine is called a vertebrate. So a jellyfish is an example of an invertebrate. So how many did you score today? It's not really important if you didn't get too many, because there's some things that you could go and practice. You could write your own questions. So if you got 9 or 10, 8, 9 or 10, that's amazing. Well done. If you didn't, come back tomorrow, go away and practice and see what you can achieve. So, as I said to you yesterday, my challenge to you is, can you beat your score tomorrow? I'd like you to come back 10 a.m. for 10 more questions, 10 minutes of your time. Please ask mums, dads, grandparents or carers if you are allowed to subscribe to the Quiz Wizard channel. That will tell you when the quizzes come live, and you can always then come back and watch them again. Please tell your friends, get them to tell their friends, and let's see how many people we can get taking part in the QuickFire quiz. So that's the end for today. So the last thing for me to say to you all is class dismissed.